Guys, welcome back to the channel. I told you it wouldn't be too long until I brought out my first proper video of 2024. Today, as you've seen from the thumb clip and also by my face, we're going to be talking about not cars. However, we are going to be talking about one of the coolest resto mods I've seen in quite a long time. And yeah, they are the Rayban Metas that were released at the back end of 2023. I'll be honest, these glasses only really came into my sphere very recently when I was browsing YouTube like you guys do. And I was super interested in finding out what these glasses were about, if they were a bit of a gimmick, and how they function on day-to-day use. I've had these now for 3 days and I've certainly learned a lot about them, and I think there's a lot that you guys will want to know about these glasses if you're looking to buy a set. So we'll jump into that in a second. But before we do, I really want to kind of talk a little bit about Ray-Ban and the history of its Wayfarer sunglasses. Now, I'm not sure about you, but when I was a kid, my granddad had a set of Wayfarers, and they were one of those things in his possession that he always took such great care of and such pride about when he owned them. I remember almost being invited to have a look at them and see the case and open the case and see the sunglasses, and like Ray-Ban was a really big thing. It still is, but since the 50s or even earlier, these glasses have represented style for such a long time, and when I placed my order, I was really interested in seeing if they'd managed to hang on to that with these AI sunglasses, because to be honest with you, within the car industry throughout the last 15, 20, 25 years, we've seen reiterations of classics that have been absolutely butchered. But I'm happy to say that when I received these and when I opened the box and when I saw the case, I've got the case right here, let me show you, that the Ray-Ban case is so on point with what you expect a Ray-Ban sunglass case to be. And that initial worry about it being a charge station that would look like a charge station or something that didn't really fit with the brand was completely misplaced, and Ray-Ban have done such a good choice on the case. Not only that, the glasses themselves, I don't know if the camera will pick this up if I bring them a little bit closer, but the glasses themselves in terms of form are brilliant. You know, I wear these quite a lot, and a lot of people, you know, I'll talk to them in the streets when I'm wearing them, and no one has ever gone, oh, are you wearing a computer on your face? Or, oh, what's that? They just look like glasses. There's obviously the camera that is on the front, but it is not in your face, especially when you're not recording. They do look like normal glasses. So from a style point of view, I would say Ray-Ban have absolutely nailed it with these sunglasses. And if you're worried that you're going to look like a geek, or you're going to worry that you look like you're wearing something on your face other than a set of glasses, you don't need to. The choice that I went for with these glasses are the transition lens, which are a little bit more money. In the UK, you're paying about an extra 70 bucks. These come in about 370, 380 with the transition lenses, but I wanted a set of glasses that I could utilize throughout my day, whether it was working in an office, wanting to do color grading on videos, but also when I stepped outside on an overcast day, they don't darken up, which is fantastic for living in places like Scotland. So transitions are the way I went. Very hard to get hold of, but as of January 2024, the best place to find stock for these glasses is actually on the Meta site and not the Ray-Ban site. Ray-Ban and also a number of other resellers are completely wiped out in terms of stock on the transitions. Lots of other sets that you can choose from if you want those, or normal sunglasses. But if you're looking for transitions, my top tip would be to jump on the Meta store and order them from there. So a biggie for me when I got these glasses, or before I got them, is I found out that the AI features on these glasses aren't enabled in all countries. Currently, the only places that you can get the AI enabled is America. outside of America, whether you're in Australia, the UK, anywhere else, this might have changed by the time you're seeing this video, but the AI features are not enabled due to privacy laws or whatever else is going on. We can't get those features. And that was a really big worry for me. If I'm gonna be spanking the best part of £400 on a set of glasses, I don't want to feel like I'm getting an impotent pair that aren't able to fulfill all of the promises that these glasses make. And after a few weeks of searching, I came across a YouTuber, I believe he's based in Australia, and he said one sentence that made me change my mind about buying these sunglasses. And that is, when you get the sunglasses and you go on your phone to set it up, if you're outside of America, simply do it through a proxy. Don't do it off your UK-based internet provider. Download a proxy, select America, and whilst you're doing the install on these glasses, make sure that that is running on your phone. So essentially, you're tricking your glasses into thinking that you are in America when you set them up. Once that's done, you can then switch the proxy off. You're not going to have to run it again if you switch your glasses off or anything else. Your glasses are completely unlocked to be used with the AI from that point forwards. So when it comes to the AI, what can you do? What have I learned over the last few days using these glasses in day-to-day life? And it's been quite interesting. At the beginning of this journey, like a lot of people, I just put them on and started asking questions. And there are a number of things you need to understand when you first get these glasses that will allow you to use them better as you walk through your day. For instance, a biggie with these glasses to be able to use the AI features is you need to leave the Meta app on your phone open constantly. So you can't switch that off if you want to use these with the full AI features enabled. I found that if the app wasn't open and I was asking my glasses questions, for instance, I would say, "Hey Meta, can you tell me what time the next showing is on at my local cinema?" It couldn't do that. And the reason for that is it needed the location data, but I believe it also uses the Meta app to access the internet to be able to search for any other information that you need. Other general questions that I've thrown at it over the last couple of days are things like asking for distances on how long it might take to get somewhere. A much more real world scenario for me, surprise, surprise, is one of my Land Rovers wouldn't start when I was out on my dog walk this morning. And I was in the car wouldn't start, and I needed to find out some information, which I would have usually pulled my phone out of my pocket for. But instead, I said, "Hey Meta, can you tell me where all of my earth points are located on a Land Rover Defender 110 TD5? And with that app being open on my phone and with that access being enabled, it was able to come back and go, "There is an earth in your battery compartment. There is an earth coming off of your engine block." So you can really start to see the value in where you can use this in your life and whatever you do. You know, leading on from that question of asking it about the earthing points, I was then able to ask it, right, if I need a part, where can I get that from? Where is that listed? What is the best provider? What is the cheapest provider? It won't do it all the time, but I do find about 90% of the time, if I phrase my questions correctly, it's always going to come back with the relevant information that I need. From a slightly older person's point of view who has used voice-controlled devices in the past, one kind of form of learning that I'm having to go through is that Meta utilizes natural language. So you don't need to speak to it like a baby. You don't need to give it commands all the time when you're asking it questions. Sometimes you do. Sometimes I'll say search Bing or search Google, and it will do that and it will look for an answer. But you need to retrain your brain into almost talking to these like you would just ask any other question. And when you start doing that, you'll again start getting more value out of these glasses. So how does music work on the Ray-Ban Metas? Well, again, first day, opening the box, not reading the instructions, not really understanding how the glasses worked. I started thinking of these the same way that I might think of an Alexa, and I just said, oh, can you play this tune on Spotify for me? These glasses won't do that for you, and I have found, I could be wrong, but every time that I want to play my music on initial startup for the day, for instance, I'll need to open the app on my phone for Spotify, have Meta open as well. Once they're open on my phone, I can then utilize the commands on my glasses to be able to play music. But you can't pick individual tracks, you can't say play a playlist. You can hold your finger down on the temple for 2 seconds, and what that will do is it starts Spotify up for you, and it will just start playing random tunes that it knows you will like based on the algorithms that it is playing around with on either Meta or Spotify to know what kind of music you like. It would be super cool moving forwards if Ray-Ban can release a version where you can start asking for tracks. You have a control over picking your tracks as well. So if you want to go back a song, triple tap on the side. If you want to go forwards, you double tap on the side, but you can also voice prompt it. So you can say, hey Meta, can you go back a song? Can you go forwards a song? And it will do that for you. Other than that, at the time of recording and from the research I've done, there doesn't seem to be any other built-in preference for other music channels. For instance, if you're using Apple Music, I don't think you can currently link that up to these glasses. You would simply have to utilize your phone, just the same as you would do with Spotify, and you'll have to go on there and pick the track you want to listen to, and then it will play through the headset. In terms of the sound quality coming through the speakers that are built into the temples on these, I've got to say I am super impressed by just how much good quality sound you're getting out of such a tiny speaker. You will notice that when you are in busier environments and it is louder, that it seems much quieter on your head. I guess that is, that's just the laws of relativity. But a lot of my day is spent by myself in front of a computer or out walking the dogs or doing other things or researching. And in those environments, these glasses really do shine in terms of delivering sound to your ears. There's no bone conduction, there's no in-ear sound. There's not a great amount of bass, but there's certainly more than enough to be able to enjoy any sort of music genre that you might be into. But yeah, I would totally recommend these if you want to enjoy music, but also still be plugged into your surroundings. When it comes to answering calls and calling people up, the glasses are super easy to use. The clarity of people's voice is really easy to understand, and for any user receiving your voice on another phone, they will not know that you are speaking into a set of glasses. I believe there's something like 5 microphones on these glasses, and in the first iterations or releases of these glasses a few months ago, there was some feedback in terms of the voice being quite tinny, and that's simply not the case anymore. Rayban and Meta have obviously listened to its consumers, and they've gone back and they've released updates that mean that all of the microphones are utilized and the sound is super crisp. With your voice, with your touch commands, again, if you double tap, that will hang up a call. If you ask it to call someone, it will prompt you and double check that that person needs calling. And again, it's a really easy, gentle way to use technology. I find that because of how easy these are to use, I'm pulling my phone out of my pocket a lot less, which means when I'm pulling my phone out for a phone call or to send a message or whatever else it is, I'm usually led down the garden path of doing 8 or 9 other things that I didn't really want to do, and I just end up absolutely doom scrolling. That is less of a thing than it was before because of these glasses, so that's certainly a positive. And when it comes to messaging on these glasses, it is super easy to use. The glasses integrate with Facebook Messenger, they integrate with WhatsApp, and they also integrate with your standard SMS messages. You can set the messages to just be notified through the glasses, so I can just get told I've got a message, Or what I've done is I've gone through the Meta app and I've set up all of those messaging channels to read the messages to me when I get them. And for someone that is so used to reading a message and thinking, I'll reply to that later, this is a real game changer. It means that when that message comes through on my glasses, instead of putting it off, you can say, hey Meta, reply within 60 seconds of receiving that message, and it will know to reply to the message that you've just got. And every single time I've utilized that feature and sent a message to someone, there has never been a spelling mistake, or there has never been any miscommunication or misunderstanding in terms of what I'm wanting to say to that person. So again, that's fantastic. And again, that's where I really like this sort of technology. It's such a gentle approach to giving you the notifications that you have control over, rather than just having loads of information coming through a phone like we do these days. You know, Facebook, everything else, your social media or internet, you're bombarded with notifications, and a lot of them you don't need to know about straight away. So by being able to distill that and have what you need to operate in your day and speak to those people and message those people, again, I'd 100% recommend these glasses if that's something you maybe need a little bit of help with, or like me, you're really bad at getting back to people. One of the biggest draws of these glasses is the camera, and for me, I'll admit it wasn't really such a big thing. Like, as much as I like social media, I don't post half as much as I should do, and I've been aware of that, especially with my businesses, with Wandering Icons and the beach house that I opened. And the reason why I don't post social media is because I need to pull my phone out of my pocket. I need to post something. I need to do these things. There's a list of tasks that need to be completed for me to be productive in those things. And on top of everything else, it's usually the one that I just generally decide not to do. I don't prioritize it. With these glasses, the fact that you're able to almost record memories from a first-person view at any point of day, either by saying, hey Meta, record, or holding down on the record buttons, just means that I can collect those moments so much more easily and share them with people. Meta, Facebook, Instagram, however you look at it, they have designed this with that usability 100% in mind. These only video in portrait, not landscape, so they're built for stories, going live, reels. That is exactly what these glasses are for. And even though I am not a big poster, I can certainly see myself starting to do more of that, because I've been given a tool that allows that to be so much easier for me to complete. So if you've been on the fence about getting these glasses and you're not too sure if they're right for you, these are the points that you need to consider when buying these glasses. Will they fit your lifestyle? Will they help you out? Are you buying them because they're just a bit of a gimmick and you want to spank some money? I was kind of a little bit of everything, to be honest. And now that I've got them and I use them, it's been really nice. Like, there are instances for, like, let's say I'm in my apartment with my partner, she's reading a book and I want to go on TikTok. And sometimes I know when we're both on our phones, she's listening to a podcast and I'm wanting to listen to Spotify. You'll walk into a room and you got these two competing sounds going on all the time. With the glasses, it completely cancels that out. You're able to walk around, listen to a book, listen to your music, listen to a podcast, and it's not an invasion in terms of other people having to put up with listening to that sound as well. At maximum volume, they're gonna sound like a set of earbuds at maximum volume, but when these are at 50% and you're in your own home and there's no external noise, it's more than enough to enjoy it, not drain your battery immediately, and just chill. And I really, really like that about them. Anyway, that is enough from me for today. If you found this informative, if you're enjoying my videos, please subscribe. I would love to have you along for the journey this year. I've got loads of videos planned on my cars. Next video we're going to be releasing is about my Land Rover Defenders, all 4 of them, and some of the work that we've done on the Traitors and other BBC shows, and generally how I make money off of some of my cars. So if that's of interest to you, definitely hit subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Bye guys.